So today we're going to talk about Unit 1, Day 6, angle relationships. And I'm sure you guys have seen these words before, so I'm hoping that it is kind of a review for you guys. But the first learning target we're working on will be I can identify vertical angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles, and linear pair when I see them. That's the goal. And also, I can use vertical angles, complementary angles, supplementary angles, linear pair to find the unknown angle measure. So once you identify what they are, and then you use it to solve the problem. So in this case, angle 1 and angle 2, they're opposite from each other, are going to be your vertical angles. We call this type of angles a vertical angle. And if I have, labeled this 3 and 4, 3 and 4 are also vertical angles. So vertical angles are always going to be congruent. Okay, that's something you have to see. Angle 1 is going to be congruent to angle 2, and angle 3 is going to be congruent to angle 4. They're going to be the same measure. Okay, so when you have problem like example 1, they ask you to solve for y. You know by just looking at it, this is a vertical angle, right? That means they are going to be congruent. So to solve for y, you just said, okay, 2y plus 10 is going to be equal to y plus 60. And then you just solve it as if you're solving any other equation. Okay? So when it's kind of easy when they give you the picture and you can see it, but like in example 2, they did not give you the picture, okay? But it tells you here ABC and EBF are going to be vertical angles, okay? So since they told you they are vertical angles, you can kind of see, okay, I can draw two lines, right? And let's just try to do that, right? I can draw two lines. One is going this way, and the other one is going this direction. And one thing that you can notice from here is that um, the vertex here is B, where both of them has in common is B. So I can name this one as A, B, and C here, and then I can name this point E, B, F. Okay, and in here it says ABC is 3x plus 8, right? So I can say, okay, this is 3x plus 8. And then EBF is given to be 2x plus 48. Okay? And if you choose to do it this way, that's also fine, as long as the angles are vertical. So you can clearly, since they are vertical, those two equations have to be congruent, right? So to set it up, you'll say, okay, 2x plus 48 is going to equal to 3x plus 8. And then you just solve it. Okay? All right, complementary angle. If two things are complement each other, they are right for each other. Okay? 30 and 60 degree are going to be 90 degree or right angles, right? Right angles, and each is said to be complement of the other. Okay, so the question sometimes comes in, what is the complement of 21? Because complement of 21 is 21 plus something is going to give you 90 degrees. So you just say, okay, 21 plus x is going to give me 90. So I have to find what that x is. So I want you guys to figure the complement of 21 and write it in, or we'll talk about it in class. All right, so in this case, if angle 2 is 42, so it's good, always good to label it. And what is the measure of angle 4 and angle 3? So clearly you can see 2 and 3 are going to be your vertical angles, right? They're equal to each other. So angle 3 is going to be 42. But knowing that this is 90 degree, I also know this has to be 90. So to find angle 4, I will do 42 plus the measure of angle 4, whatever that is, in equals to 90 degree. So this is kind of an x. Okay, don't add the 4 into it, because I use the 4 to label the angle, minus 42 from both sides, and you guys can find the answer. All right, next page. All right, and this is again another question. It says JKL and M and P are complementary. JKL is 2x minus 3, M and P is 5x plus 2. What are the measure of JKL and M and P? So you can clearly see that these two angles don't have anything in common, right? They don't have a letter that is common for both of them. So I'm just gonna draw two angles. I don't know, I'm just connecting them together, um, and so that I can create my angle. Okay, okay, and then I just can say, okay, I'm gonna label this JKL. JKL is 2x minus 3. And then I'm going to label this M and P. And I'm going to label this is 5x plus 2. And you know they are complementary, so you can say, okay, I can take 2x minus 3 plus, okay, because it says complementary, that means their sum has to be 90-degree angle, would be 90 degree. Okay, and then you just solve it. So the solving part is all your algebra skill. Okay, and the next definition we're going over is supplementary angle. So it kind of follows the same format as what we did with the complementary one. And in this case, I could say 130 and 150 are supplementary, are going to be supplementary angles, which is 180-degree angles. Okay, and is said to be a supplement of each other. Okay, so what is the supplement of 21? All you do is 180 minus 21 and write it down. So just remember, supplementary is 180, complementary is 90. But the way you set it up, the way you do things is going to be the same. So in this case, angle 1 is given to be 142. What are the measure of the other angles? So I can find angle 3 by, okay, I know though this is supplement to each other because it's a straight angle. So angle 3 would be 180 minus 142. Okay, then once I know angle 3 is the same as angle 2, then if I know angle 2, I can find angle 3. Okay, and then we'll just go over it in class together. All right, A and B are supplementary. Angle A is 12x plus 1, B is x plus 10. Find the measure of each angle. Well, supplementary is 180, so every time I see the word supplementary, I put 180. Then all I have to do is angle A, which is 12x plus 1, plus angle B, which is x plus 10, equals to supplementary, which is 180. And you just combine like terms, right? 13x plus 11 equals 180, and minus 11 from both sides, and you just solve it. All right, the last part of this note, I know I feel like I'm rushing through it, but it's more definition. Oh, that's the reason too. All right, linear pair. So linear pair is supplementary angles, but the only difference is just like the supplementary angles that we have here, that we just did on top here. But the only difference between the two is for supplementary, it can be two separate angles. I can have one angle this way, another angle, as long as angle 1 and angle 2 add up to 180, it would work. Linear, they have to be connected. That's the big difference. They have to be on a straight line connecting to do it. So note that angle 3 plus angle 4 is going to give you 180 degree. So find the value of x. So we'll do example 6 and 7 in class. But just remember, this is 180. So to solve for x, I'll do 75 plus 2x minus 5 equals to 180. Okay, and for an angle 7, just to give you a hint for those of you who like to do it ahead of time, do the vertical angles first, set them equal to each other, and then do the linear. Okay, so linear pairs are also called adjacent angles because they're next to each other. They have a common ray that they share. The only difference is that a linear pair has to have the opposite rays. Okay? All right, I'll see you guys in class. This is it. We're done with Unit 1.